Hey, Pedro. Good morning.
Hi, Nick.
How are you doing?
Who do you think you are?
Episode 34.
Episode 34.
Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for sitting in. Damn it.
Again with the laugh.
I know.
Every time we start this podcast with that laugh.
Now I catch myself. I'm like I just said, damn it. But
Yeah.
like it is what it is.
It is what it is.
What are we gonna do about it? Nothing.
Nothing.
Because it's the way that it is. We're cutting it up. And editing now, I guess.
Are we?
Yeah, we're gonna start editing these
We're gonna
together.
start editing.
Get these really nice. What should we talk about today?
Yeah. What should we talk about?
What should we talk about today?
I have no idea.
It's a weird world.
It is a weird world. How's your drinking management been?
Not good.
Same. I can definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if it's, once you pop, the fun don't stop. But it is hard after you like don't go out or drink with friends for so long. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, this part of my life is back.
Yeah.
Like accessible.
Yeah, right. I put it
mean?
off for so long, and then I stopped at the liquor store the other day, and I was like, I can drink,
Yeah.
Like that thought almost carried over into February, like that non-drinking. And honestly, I got drunk Super Bowl Sunday, and I was looking back, and a buddy of ours, Jesse, he's been on. He's told me before. He's like, I feel almost guilty when I drink. Like I have this like sense of shame almost.
Right.
Like I shouldn't be doing, or I shouldn't do it to this extent.
Right.
And I kind of felt that the other night on Super Bowl Sunday, and I was talking to my friends about it, and just how I couldn't stop. Like I paid my tab, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm not drinking anymore because I'm not spending any more money.
Yeah.
And then my buddies would be like, they're almost pressuring you, and it's definitely pressure, and you're shamed if you don't drink,
Outcast.
Yeah. And so they'd offer me beers, and I'm like, well, it's just a beer. One thing I did do, though, that they were doing is they were doing shots.
Gotcha.
And they were like throwing them in my face, and I was like, no, if I'm going to take a drink, it's going to be a beer.
Yeah.
And so they'd get me a beer,
Gotcha.
So one thing I did hold back on was
Liquor.
Yeah. And I used to, back in the day, I'd been like,
Throw it
fuck
back.
it, tequila,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, right.
But it was definitely hard to not say no to say no to the beers.
I know what you mean, like the guilt and shame things. I've talked to you about this too, like that, where I will carry that with me as I'm drinking, or the next day, and you're just like, to a point where you can't even find any enjoyment of it. But I think then I'm like, is that just a way of thinking too? Because then you're responsible for that thought.
Yeah.
Even though it is kind of a careless thing, like if you're looking at the grand scheme of things, like you shouldn't probably be drinking. You shouldn't be, over serving and over serving and stuff. But at the same point, I think if there's like two opposite ends of life, like you can get a little bit of something from both sides. So, that's obviously making excuses for certain behavior, but also it's also being able to go and step into different worlds. You know what I mean?
No,
it's
definitely.
Like, and I feel that more with marijuana now being like, with those limitations being stripped away, I'm like starting to smoke again, like daily. Mm-hmm. And I miss that. Like I didn't realize how much I feel like it just elevates my mood in ways of like music, and I don't know. I really enjoy.
Makes you a better person, you would say?
Kinder? I think kinder for sure. I mean, if I'm looking at people taking like antidepressants and stuff like that, things that I've fumbled around in, trying to figure out the ways I can take care of my head. I would say like weed, you can abuse it, but I also think there is some properties. I just feel like if I'm like, how do you want to go through the day? Do you want to feel better and like a little more uplifted and maybe giggling and stuff? Like I kind of choose that route.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
So
I mean, I've been back on the 16-to-1 CBD to THC, so, and that's a lot less than what you're smoking. Are you on a ratio, or are you?
No, I'm just flower.
Oh, really?
Well, I got this new like pod.
Yeah, what
thing.
is this? Apollo 710?
Apollo something.
Apollo 710 from Item 9 Labs.
And that's shout out. Some
Shout out.
Pineapple Express inside there.
Let's check it out.
It's very nice. It's a nice high, dude. I really enjoy that strain. I've never had it before, but I love that movie.
It's not like a regular pen. It's a little
it's
shaped differently, which allows
sleeker.
the air flow a little.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think
better pulls.
Better pull for sure. I like it, man.
I like it too.
It's rechargeable and shit.
Pretty cool. Cool.
Yeah. So I mean, I can see what you mean, man. I mean, I guess that's what I used to do every day, you know. And it's not like I'm not smoking every day, you know. It's just a different dose.
Yeah.
That I've kind of regulated my body to.
Yeah. I've made the excuse a lot over the last week too of like getting this tattoo on my arm.
Hey, you got another tat. You're surprising us with this.
Yeah, fucking just doing it all.
Yeah.
But it was painful and it kind of took me out of like my routine and stuff because I couldn't exercise and all that. So you see all those things like, oh, I'm just going to drink for like pain management. But
Which is always great.
It was kind of real. And I was like, it's kind of crazy because you think of like sports players and people that injure themselves and then when they're out for a couple of weeks and like that would fuck me up, dude.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at I was out for 5 days. I couldn't do anything. And then this morning I was back out on my run and everything. So, but those 5 days, just seeing all the habits of everything else kind of slowly peeling back, I'm like, I could see that being a real issue if you're out for like 6 months or a year.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, that's.
But at the same time, athletes and them, they're just trying to rehabilitate. You know, they're
right.
They're doing physical therapy and all that for whatever injury.
Sometimes, or if they get injured out of the sport. I mean, like you see with like wrestlers and stuff like that because they're out, then all of a sudden they have like back pain for the rest of their life. So how do they deal with that?
Right, yeah, that's
true. And it's either over the counter prescriptions or alcohol or something.
A mixture of both.
Yeah, exactly. Usually the case, and then you're taking. I don't know where we're going with this. Sad. Why are we getting so sad?
We're always sad.
Look at all the Super Bowl, bro. It was like the first Super Bowl I've watched in maybe like 10 years.
The most boring Super Bowl
I think the last Super Bowl I watched was when the Rams were in it.
Were they saying they were St. Louis at the time then?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But
I quit watching football 2 years ago.
Yeah. I kind of enjoyed it, to be honest with you, because like it's something that I've kind of like taken away from my life for so long and kind of like been like kind of shit talking on it. But I've realized now it's like, okay, if I'm going to do this, like I don't want to watch it all the time or really know too much going on, but I'll just sit down and enjoy it. Like, you know, my parents were having a party, had some food and drinks, and I was like, I'll just watch it. Because I kind of had that with my cousin when we were in Florida, like, because he's a huge Bears fan. So it's like, I'll just sit at the bar and watch the game with you. Like, I don't know. It's kind of fun.
It's a camaraderie for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely nice. I went to Zips. That place was packed.
Oh, I'm sure.
I had wings for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Since no fried food. Wings, though.
Yeah.
I previously had fried food.
Right.
But it was fun, man. Getting beers, just bullshitting with the table next to you or whatever, you know. It's definitely something to it. And then afterwards, we just kept going. Like, that was that night.
Right.
That was that night I got drunk.
I was not saying Spock. I was like, we just came out of the week, my weekend at least, from this whole like 30-day challenge. And I was like, all right, dude, I need to get back on, you know, pump the brakes and shit. But it's like, Super Bowl, fuck. You know what I mean?
I get that.
The problem. You start going down this like
these little justifications,
this little Russian doll action. Shout out to Netflix.
It's definitely Russian doll action.
That's so
How
good.
is that good?
Oh my god, it's the best thing I've watched in a while.
Really?
I love the Groundhog Day kind of like waking up the same day and trying to figure out. I love alternate dimension shit. Mm-hmm. You know that.
Yeah.
Listeners know that. So anytime we can get in some storyline where like that's what's happening and trying to figure out what choices you make will manipulate and then
is she aware?
Death.
I mean, she's aware of
yes.
Yeah.
So she goes through it and she keeps on dying. She's like, okay, how do I not die or how do I not wake up in the same fucking spot?
Wouldn't you be dead by then, though? Don't you feel like if you constantly kept dying and dying and dying, would that be like your sort of punishment? Like,
well, I mean, it's funny because you think about like the term, like how long life is or how long it seems for you, but it's relative. It's like it's actually not very long if you think of the grand scheme of things. Like you could be living a life, dying, and reliving and like waking up the same part, like and have some kind of
You're
memories.
just stuck in the glitch.
Maybe you could have like those memories kind of.
Are they like, okay, this is how I died last time, I'm not going to do this again?
She is in this. I'm talking about us now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's aware. So then she's trying to figure out how to get out of the loop and what the glitch is.
Yeah.
You know, then little changes she does sometimes. So she'll go to the party the next day and like there'll be like less people or things will start changing with their environment too. But the linear time's the same because like there's one cool thing about it is there's always fruit everywhere and it'll be rotting in different degrees.
Oh,
and
that's
so it's like, yeah, which I'm not sure what the metaphor of that completely is. I know that it just is like a timestamp, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's good. I would fucking recommend it.
I'll definitely watch it.
But I've also felt like tying back into that drinking thing of like getting into this routine of, you know, you get like this pattern. And I think that's what's cool about challenging yourself to step out of a pattern because like we're also habitual, you know what I mean? We love patterns. Like
for sure.
Humans love them and I think it's because everything's always changing constantly around us. Our environment's changing, this moment's changing, everything. So we try to find some kind of like safety net, like hold on to something when everything's actually fleeting. Sorry to tell you.
Sorry to break the news to you.
Yeah, sorry, folks.
This ain't going to last.
But yeah, so that's why we don't like. So I think for me, it's a big comfort thing, and I was like kind of thinking this Russian doll thing. Like I am kind of creating that world for me in a way of like getting drunk, waking up, hungover, feel like shit, mad at the world, hate my job, hate this, hate that.
Right.
That you kind of keep on creating that for yourself with certain patterns or habits without realizing it if you don't step away.
Yeah, but what's that fine line?
I don't know.
Where do you define like?
Who knows?
Because I was thinking about the other day. I got a 6-pack.
Uh-huh.
Right. When I stopped at the liquor store, that was last Friday, I think, and I got home. I had 1 beer. I did my taxes. I went to bed.
Yeah.
And then I think I still have 4 beers because Shane came over the other night. We had brats.
Uh-huh.
And I had another beer then, and then I had a glass of wine with Shane, and I was like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drink anymore. But out, like at a bar or something,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I tried to do the same thing, but I couldn't. I couldn't. On Super Bowl Sunday, I just kept pounding down drinks. Sound like a raging alcoholic, but, you know, maybe there's tendencies for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I can't stop while I'm out at the bar surrounded with friends, but I can manage myself at home kind of.
But it's also just like, it's in our DNA. If you think about like how, like biblical times, like ancient Greek, like they were always drinking shit. Like we were getting fucked up since every culture we look into, like Egyptians, you know.
Yeah, they had toilet gin
like,
too.
Yeah, I mean, everything, you know, and what kind of fucking drugs were they probably taking too without even really knowing it.
Yeah.
They were foragers.
None FDA approved.
None at all. But it's so, I mean, we can blame that on our ancestry for sure. But there's got to be a link there if we're, you know what I mean? That's what DNA does.
And another friend of mine that I talked to about this that night, he was just saying like, okay, at what point do I continue living my life, you know, aside from, you know, anything else, like putting my part into society, recycling, you know, voting. At what point is this going to make a difference? Or is it even making a difference? Right. And he mentioned something along the lines of like a millennial burnout, how we're the burnout generation. Just because we've always been taught to like work, all, you know, and we get in our heads. We don't do minimal, like mundane tasks like errands. Right. Like I'd rather wear an ill-fitting shirt and not return it because that means I just have to go back to the store. Right. And it's this type of mentality. And even like errands were never fun. I remember going on errands with my mom.
I love running errands.
Yeah?
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got a patio furniture set for Christmas and we got 2 of the same pieces in one, so we couldn't complete a chair.
Yeah.
And up until last week, I've been meaning to call. And last week I finally called and I was like, well, that was fucking easy, you know? And it does motivate you. And it does like I wanted to clean up the garage afterwards, you know, but I had to come to work.
I hate all those like self-helpy like tips to being a successful person. Cause I think the end result of a successful person, quote unquote, is different in every shade of people. But one tip I've read which I love because I'm a big person of like pushing things off like that, where it's you do any task that takes under 5 minutes immediately, whether it's taking out the trash, making your bed, doing your taxes, paying this bill or that bill.
Taxes take a long ass time, okay?
I don't.
TurboTax was like 45 minutes, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've always used the same one. I just fly. I mean, it wasn't 5 minutes, but I mean.
No, I understand what you mean.
For like calling or calling.
Yeah.
So like, and because it's just shit that piles up. And
I know. And so you're rolling over your to-do shit onto next week, like when you can.
So I've always loved that. So I'm pretty strict. Like if I have a little like something that's kind of like lingering.
Well, that's good. That's good for you.
Take care of it, you know.
I'm trying to be more that way. Anyway, like what he was saying was like, that's why he enjoys that drinking or like, and it's probably justifying it in a way.
Right.
Like we justify anything else, smoking weed, whatever. But he was saying how as he gets older, like how much does this really matter? So therefore, you know, I'm going to live, you know, I'm not going to.
For me, that's a very dangerous, because I see my brain doing that a lot, where it's just like, what's the point of any of this? What's the point of this? What's the point of music? Like, and for me, it's that it will like snowball. Yeah, exactly. So, but weed is one of those things where I step back and I'm like, oh wow, like I'm creating something. Oh, like I enjoy things at a different level, or I'm grateful for the people around me more. It kind of opens that door inside of my brain that I usually don't have open, I guess. Even when we were sober for that month, I didn't really feel that same, like, I don't know, gratitude towards
appreciation.
Things. Yeah, then maybe I should. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. But it's definitely a hard line to walk.
Yeah.
You know?
It's this like tattoo is like this double-headed crow. And it kind of...
We'll post a picture on the IG.
Yeah, and it kind of like... I kind of got it from this thing of like, you know, every feeling happy to sad or, you know, awake to, like there's two negatives or positive negative to every single thing, yin and yang, you know what I mean? And neither voice is ever 100% correct or in control. But who's going to steer you the right way? You know what I mean? It's like it's a windy road, I feel like, and sometimes you have to kind of go to maybe being a little bit more, I don't know, not necessarily like the clean, easy way, you know?
Yeah.
The path of least resistance, which I feel like we fall into a lot. Sometimes it is like, it's hard, but the harder it gets, like that, it's the highs are so high because the lows are so low.
Yeah, and you can't always, we've talked about the path of least resistance. And the more you think like that, though, I don't think it's good necessarily. Like, it's like, when is this going to make a part? Or when is this going to make a difference?
Yeah.
I think it's always that like gratification that we want. You know, it's like, well, I'm putting my part in. Why can't everybody else? Or
right.
Like, is this... You question it for sure. And that's not a good, you know, thought process to be on either, because that's kind of pessimistic in a way, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's like a science journal that I just saw the headline for, and like I tried reading it, but sometimes like my brain just doesn't understand anything. And because, well, it's a pretty like abstract idea. It's like that the universe has a consciousness, like, so it feels and breathes things and makes choices, which I think this is how we ended last week, where we're talking about, you know, it doesn't feel like you're doing a difference, but at least you're expelling the good energy. You know what I mean? That probably does something for you at least. Yeah,
for sure.
And I think that's the truth in it. You know, like where it's like the straw law, for example, like California, Washington State, like now it's a legal thing. Yeah, or they'll fine you if they catch certain establishments. And you know, a lot of people are just like will mock that and say something negative to it when it's actually a good thing. Yeah. You know, memes. Yeah, right. I
see a ton of memes of them.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's about at least making the right choices for yourself.
For sure.
So.
I guess that defines, you know, everybody's success. Like you just said, like it's different for everybody, you know?
Yeah, if they're making themselves happy. Exactly. Right. Yeah. So Super Bowl.
Again.
Then commercials. Like the weird thing for me, because I watch as a spectator, then I watch from the other side, from my other head crow, of being like, all right, what's the big thing here? What's the big scheme? And like it was weird how many like how much AI and robots were in all the commercials. I don't know if you noticed
I really
or watched.
didn't pay attention to a whole lot.
It was strange. Like, so many commercials, there would be like a walking, like, you know, human robot, basically. And I feel like it's this, the way that the media kind of like slowly inserts ideas into our heads. So then, you know, we kind of get used to the ideas of things, and when they're created, we're not like, oh, whoa, you know.
It's desensitizing, man.
For sure.
They do that with us, you know, on every level.
Oh, yeah. Programming. Yeah. And it's kind of crazy. So I'm like, I was watching, I'm like, it's kind of scary. Like, even my sister, like, looked at me, she's like, there's a lot of rope. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but because there's a lot of things like behind closed doors that we don't know that's going on with the robots.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Like, you just see an article here, there. There's so much fucking shit going on. Like, and what do you pay attention to? Like, this morning, it's like the 4th hottest year on record was last year. It's like okay. Then the North Pole's like gravitational pull changed, and like all these things. Then there's the State of the Union. You're like, what am I
keeping up with here?
And then back to what fucking matters if I do pay attention to it. You know what I mean? It's like, and I get like that with politics too, where I'll get like burnt out from it. It's like, all right, dude, but then I'm like, fuck, like I should know what happened too. I should be putting my input in, or you know what I mean?
For sure.
I don't know.
Speaking of politics.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are on their way to Denver's May ballot this year.
Yeah, they were on Oregon's too last year.
Oh, were they?
It'll be interesting to see if that happens.
It's decriminalizing them, right?
They were legal sell too.
In Oregon?
Oregon, yeah.
Oh, because I don't think it's that in Denver. In Denver, I think they're decriminalizing it to just so it's not like the cops' priority.
Gotcha.
Like,
yeah, just get like a little ticket.
It will prohibit the city from spending public money to impose related criminal penalties.
Oh wow,
you know,
that's cool. I mean, that's a step in the right direction. It's not.
Yeah, because we've talked about it. You know how it cures anxieties, PTSDs. It gives you a whole new meaning.
Right.
I know you got some stashed up.
Yeah, and it's like, who gives a shit too? I mean, the funny thing about mushrooms is like, if you start selling them in pot shops, like, number one, people that have already done them are gonna do them. They know how to get them. People that have never done it, I don't know like what the number of people that I know at least that haven't done mushrooms that are just like, oh yeah, sure, I guess I'll just dabble in there. Like, it's really hard to abuse mushrooms because it's gonna get scary. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people that are super into drugs, like, you know, going into like opioids, like heroin, you know, crack, all those kind of things. Like, they don't like doing psychedelics because, like, they're just trying. It's a different addict.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid the problem.
Exactly.
Psychedelics or mushrooms, especially, will make you look inwards and figure out what you're fucking.
Yeah, and it's not exactly. So
where did the priest touch you?
Right. Exactly.
You know, funny fact. It's not funny actually at all. Fucking A. America is 5% of the world's population, but it's responsible for 80% of the world's opiate use.
Yeah, no, I saw that too. I was like, that's
ridiculous numbers,
crazy?
Dude.
And the amount, isn't it like almost 100,000 people that died from overdoses like last year too?
Yeah, I think
and that's even not equating to what drugs and just the opioid crisis in general. Just like it's crazy.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't benefit from making psilocybins legal? Like,
yeah,
I know the pharmaceuticals wouldn't.
I think it could like actually change society if enough people did them. Like I said, I don't think a lot of people, even if they're on the shelves.
Yeah,
I think maybe more kids, but maybe, I mean, who knows?
Got to start them young. Tobacco.
People that do, I didn't do drugs until later in my life. People that did them like at 12 and I'm like.
That baffles me too.
I'm like, and not even like weed, like even just hearing weed.
I mean, I tried weed when I was 14.
That's still crazy to me. I'm just like, I don't even know what my fucking brain would do. But people that are like doing acid and shit, like 12 and 13, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like cartoons were mesmerizing to me already. Like I was already like enamored by the dumbest things. Like if I was on tripping, like I might have like had a crisis, like because I had a lot of existential crises when I was a child.
Right. Okay.
So that could have fucking like broke me. It really could have, dude. But maybe in a positive way.
Yeah.
I would have faced the demons earlier because the truth is, when I finally did conquer those, it was drugs that finally made me realize, what am I wasting so much time being afraid of death and this heaven and hell thing, you know, and if God's watching me touch myself, you know.
Always watching.
Speaking of God touching people, Pope Francis was in the news the other day.
Oh, God.
He said he's committed to stopping abuse of nuns by priests and bishops, some of whom has been used as sex slaves.
Can we focus on children first? Can we stop abusing those?
I didn't
Catholic?
even. I know it's. Well, I mean, I guess the nuns are getting abused. Like, who is there anybody safe inside these churches?
The priests.
Just
Are
priests.
the only safe ones.
But-
Well, what if the priests are getting abused by
Isn't that?
Pope Francis? What if he's a mastermind?
Well, I mean, they're probably asking for it.
That's true.
I'd be molested by him. You're definitely getting to heaven. I drink some water on that one. It was an applause break.
Yeah,
For you at home just
you
laughing.
had to let the laugh settle. Yeah.
Now they're listening.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, so not just kids are getting molested. I guess nuns are too. Just in the news again, just the old Catholic Pope just preaching the words of the Lord.
Last week Nathan Sutherland, and this week the Pope.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I think it's like, you know, there's something to like that when somebody's so homophobic that, you know, they probably are dealing with these homophobic tendencies.
Right.
You know, when somebody's projecting it that much.
Right.
I think that's kind of goes hand in hand with, you know, no, we're all for the children. We're all for God's word, the nuns,
that's
whatever.
true. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, they're using them. Ugh.
Speaking of...
We get into some disgusting people on this podcast.
We really do.
I kind of like it. It's like watching all those murder documentaries on Netflix.
Yeah, it's like a weird...
You have
It's a weird thing. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Speaking of heaven...
Oh, heaven now.
Shout out to Leah, Body, Chloe, and Kai. They're the 4 dolphins that died in what's it called?
Shit. Yeah, the Dolphinarium here at the Odyssey.
In the last 2 years, 4
dolphins in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Why was this 4th one? Why did she die? Did you read
He,
about
she? I don't think that's the right term, bro.
It was
Careful.
probably gender fluid.
Why? Because his name Kai? What's up, Kai?
What's up, Kai?
Yeah, so how do you feel about this? Do you think that we should fly dolphins into the desert and bring water that we can't filter it right and have them exist here?
Probably not.
You went there, didn't you?
I did
You're
go there.
pretty much responsible.
No, but I did not. I did not participate in the Dolphinarium. I went just to the aquarium area. That's extra. You gotta pay for that shit.
Oh, you gotta pay for the dolphins.
Yeah, you don't get to see the dolphins.
Do you get to touch them?
No, but they can touch you.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can't ride. Can you ride them?
No.
I heard that's like.
You can swim with them, so I don't know.
Oh, can you? Actually.
I think so. I don't. But you have to pay. Like, obviously, you have to pay for
Do
it.
good money.
Probably.
I heard like the people ones that you can ride them. It's like sad to look at it because they're like all scratched up and stuff.
Oh, yeah, from, like, kids and
fingernails
shit.
and kids and shit.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Aren't they? They're bred in captivity, though, right? Like they've always been in.
Yeah, maybe.
In acclimated water.
Yeah. So what happens when we start cloning things? Do we then are you able to keep it?
Well, it's not real, right?
But isn't it? Because you couldn't equate it, right?
We've gone through this so many times.
Let's do it again.
All right. No, I think it'd be the exact same thing as you, right? If we cloned you, it'd be another Nick.
Right.
Would it think, act, and talk the same?
No. Probably not. But it would still... That doesn't mean it's not a human because it's not...
I mean, it's got its own sets of thoughts.
Right, of morals or whatnot.
Right.
Or maybe no morals, but...
Depending on
is
how
that
you raise
also a
them.
lifestyle too? No morals, bro?
Yeah, where have morals gotten you?
No regrets.
Hashtag where have morals gotten you?
That's true.
What have they done for you?
And we should... I like that hashtag. We've brought it on a couple of times. And hashtag where will morels get you? Nice mushroom too.
Oh, there
Morels
you go.
are so... They're very, very
So
good.
very tasty.
I love mushrooms. I did some foraging in Seattle back in the day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're talking psilocybin here?
No,
Or
talking
just regular edible
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Have you ever seen lobster mushrooms before?
No.
Like they legit look like a claw.
No way.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
There's some fucking crazy fun.
I love seeing the videos of mushrooms, like when on time lapse.
Oh,
when
yeah.
they're, like growing and how they expand and contort and shit.
When you watch them not on time lapse, it's definitely not as enjoyable.
A lot longer.
It's a lot longer.
It's a lot longer.
Damn it, planet Earth. It's 300 days.
I can't wait this long.
I need it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are good though.
Yeah.
Fucking chorizo stuffed mushrooms. Oh, get out.
I don't think I've ever had that before. Deep fried mushrooms.
Deep fried mushrooms.
Ever had truffles before?
Ooh.
Real truffles, not talking that oil bullshit they put on fries.
Speak to me. What are you speaking of? What do you?
They're just super, super hard to find. There's white and black ones. They're huge in like French cooking, and they just grow in this weird, very, very controlled climates. And it's like you get like they're like hundreds of dollars for
shit.
not even a pound. It's there.
I don't think I've had them.
And when you cook them like in risotto and stuff like that, but when you're storing them, you keep them in rice, and then after you use all the mushrooms, you cook that rice up and make something with it.
Ooh,
And it's like,
tastes so good.
dude, it's so good. I love them. Porcini is also great. We would dehydrate them and then crush them up, then put them on steak so you can use it like.
That's seasoning almost.
I mean, come on, dude.
That is genius.
I know.
God.
Must have been
You're
the
the mastermind.
Must be the psychedelic mushrooms that give you the ideas for
Probably.
these things.
Probably.
Sometimes I miss cooking. Like I've been talking about like food and stuff a lot like that. Like thinking about it again in ways I didn't used to as much. I kind of miss that. Like kind of
Do you
trying
think the
to,
month off gave you that perspective, or?
I don't know what it was, to be honest with you.
Because I know at the
Good
beginning of
question.
this thing, we were like, yeah, we can have like little cooking videos that you make. Or,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Little clips on
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas.
how to. Yeah, we have tons of ideas. But I mean, I'd be down for doing something like that.
We like
quick snippets.
Our podcast, we talk about how you should do all your ideas that you have and like don't make excuses. And instead, we just use the platform to talk about ideas and never pursue
We
any of
never
them
pursue
personally.
them. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Come on, you're right. Shit, I'm making music. There's only so much time you got too.
I know.
Like we were talking about that the other day, like the amount of TV shows and movies and
I've been binging, dude.
and podcasts now too. It's just like,
Too much to consume.
yeah, dude.
I've been binging a lot. I actually stayed up till like 2 a.m. last night watching.
Oh yeah,
This
what?
Mexican show. It's called Club de Cuervos.
Oh, see,
It's funny, man. It's about his soccer team, first division soccer team, you know, and their struggle. But they're like low ranked, so and the two owners, their dad dies, so they inherit it. So it's very comedic. It's super funny, and it's got subtitles in English at the bottom because it's a Mexican.
There's
show.
international comedies. I thought there was only like dramas and really sad
soaps
movies.
and shit. Yeah.
They laugh. too?
They have some sense of humor.
Oh.
No, it's funny, man. But the subtitles, like, because they're speaking in a lot of lingo.
Yes.
They lingo a lot of it.
Oh, it
it's
actually works?
And it sometimes works. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've realized even with the little Spanish that I do know, like when I watch it translated, I'm like, that's. I mean, even it's my understanding could be wrong. Don't obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's not what they said.
Yeah,
it's like a
right.
simplified or different tense, and so much with language or especially comedy, it's all about like that timing and how you say something. Like you just ruin the joke with subtitles.
Right. And what's funny, true. And what's funny with that, it's like even within that show, there's this like our Argentinian character, and he has his own lingo, you know. So he comes in speaking way off of the Hispanic Mexican lingo, that Spanish speaking lingo that you hear.
Yeah.
He comes in with a whole new accent and a whole new set of words that mean essentially the same thing in other words, and it's crazy, man. Lingo on lingo kind of.
Right.
And then they translate that a little bit more blunt and I don't know. It's funny though. I mean, it's funny to see because I watch TV with subtitles on regardless.
Right.
Irregardless.
Irregardless.
People can't say that word right. So, irregardless, I have the subtitles on, you know? Mm-hmm. And people come over and they're like, what do you like? And to watch comedies, too, with subtitles on, because sometimes...
I'll get the joke before they say it.
But I've known to, like... I don't even watch the subtitles on any.
I can't do it. It drives me crazy.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you'll be watching a movie and then he goes and, like, he turns away and he says something, like, under his breath or something. And, and you're like, wait, what the fuck did he say?
Well, so now you're in her shoes.
But I think it was meant to, if it was in the script, I think it was meant to be her.
Maybe. Maybe it's like the fourth wall, you know? Fourth dimension. They're, like, throwing things out there saying they're really get you suited in.
Yeah, I love subtitles.
Well, some people don't.
How do you feel about the death dolphin?
I mean, I don't feel good about it.
You
I feel sad.
Did they give her a proper burial? Do you bury a dead... Yeah, you can bury a dead fish.
Have you ever given an animal a burial before?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had a rabbit that at some point had sex, which was, I don't know. And then one day...
With, like, another rabbit?
I hope so.
Or Pope Francis.
Might have been you.
I'm not into rabbits, right? Remember giraffes?
And I got home and we look in the cage and there's like these three little what the I kind of scared me. I was like, what the fuck,
Or was she pregnant when you already had
we had no idea. Yeah. So all of a sudden there's three babies. They all died real quick.
Aww.
But then one, Lotus, lived the longest, I think 2 weeks or something like that. And then that was the last fighter. Tried to keep her alive for him. I don't know.
Did the mom not want anything to do with him or what?
No, I guess that happens a lot. Like they don't with rabbits.
She wasn't ready to be a mom.
Yeah, she was like a teen.
Was
mom.
she living in New York?
No,
because she probably could have just aborted him.
Michigan.
Oh,
yeah, but she was like, I don't want. Oh yeah, they could have. That's right. I see what you did there. Yeah, she could have aborted. Well, she kind of did. She slowly aborted them by not paying attention to them.
Neglect. That's called neglect. Yeah.
Neglect equal abortion. I'm gonna make that a shirt.
That should be on a picket sign.
I like that. What was it again?
Neglect
equals abortion. Neglect equals abortion.
That is fucked up, though. I don't know. To me,
that the rabbit killed. Yeah. Well, the dolphins. Back to the dolphins. I think I'm lost.
New York.
Oh, that you can murder the baby the day of. Yeah, well, there's other things going on. There's moving pieces up in here. You know, the big idea in New York is your baby, your problems. Okay, bada bing, bada boom.
A lot of people don't want problems.
Let's get a meatball sub on the way home. Okay, quit crying already.
Jesus. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give it up for adoption or something, man.
Especially if you hang on for that long.
Right.
That's what doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I know. Like, at that point, I think you kind of get off on it. Right?
Sick fucking people.
Something.
There's got to be some... This is like the first ridiculous thing they're trying to do to us and see how we react to it.
Yeah, because, my question's what...
Fake alien invasion, bro.
What's happening somewhere else in the news that you see all these states are coming up with these crazy abortion laws, you know? I'm like, all right, what's the bigger picture? Is it because Trump's making a new nuclear bomb? Which they are. I don't know if you saw that. It's the one Hiroshima was 10 kilotons and this one's 100 kilotons.
Why?
To blow shit up, bro. But that's kind of crazy.
That's scary.
That is
bro.
scary.
I've been saying. How long have I been saying this? I'm gonna get a bunker.
I don't think that you're gonna hide. You'll survive in your bunker with so much radiation that
you won't be able to get out.
I mean, you're just gonna have a real bad time. You're gonna stay alive enough to just be blind, peeing blood. Just at least I made it. Did you make it? Did you?
I mean, you made it longer than most.
Yeah, but is that living? Who knows? What is living? You know, it's a Nokia just sleeping and eating and shitting. Who's to say his existence is less or more happy than mine?
He's probably a lot happier.
I mean, well, that's a low. Let's say your life, you know.
Okay. That's right.
See, look at
Look,
that.
he's dreaming.
Yeah, he's dreaming, kicking his feet.
God damn it, Noki.
You're doing shit, bro.
That is scary, though, man.
Yeah.
Nuclear bomb.
But it's also scary. Like, those are the kind of under the table, like...
Where do you think it's directed?
The bomb? It's just a dick showing contest. 40 minutes. But
yes!
that's what it is, right?
Yeah. They're just trying to see who's bigger.
Well, yeah, it's like...
But, I mean, nobody else is allowed...
That's...
It's like, what's...
The beautiful
Hypocritical.
Is that... yeah, whatever.
Hypocritical.
The great hypocritical Bureau of Democracy, baby. It's so sweet
and that's
salty.
What it is. Huh?
It's like an American cheeseburger, Whopper, clogging your arteries, shoving it down other people's throats and saying, you know what? You can't do this, but we can.
That makes a lot of sense. That sounds like our
State of the
politics
Union.
right now. Yeah, that would sound like a state.
Did you look at anything into that? So I just because for the sake of this, like I'll do a really small amount of research.
Right.
I got some key points, baby.
Let's see it.
So number one
was
they're having a summit, a 2-day summit in Vietnam with North Korea, with Kim Jong-un to denuclearize.
Is Rodman going to be there?
I'm not sure. So
He should be our foreign policy agent with like North Korea because he's homies.
might as well,
I mean,
bro.
Steven Seagal's Russia's.
That's true.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal's
Or not.
guy.
He's not a foreign affairs guy. You know, that'd be like spy in Russia would probably kill him.
There's I don't know what I was gonna say. Yeah, but that's kind of a funny like thing of just going from how we're developing a new nuclear bomb to doing a 2-day summit to be like, hey, you guys, stop doing this shit. You know, like, what do you expect from them at this level? I mean, it's so funny. It's so dumb.
Or are they just going to trade secrets?
For pictures. Like, what is going on? Who cares?
It's all going to be uploaded to Twitter.
I know.
Instagram.
So that's happening.
That's going to be what's going on.
That's happening. So cool. I don't know.
What is it for? Who knows?
Just to bring it back in the news, you know. It's been Russia for a minute, baby. Now let's bring North Korea back in there, you know.
Kim's still here.
Keep their heads turning. Keep their heads swiveling,
Left,
bro.
right,
What's
left,
going over there?
right.
Hoo, ha, ha, yeah, John.
I like that.
It's my Johnny Bravo.
Is it?
Yeah.
I remember that.
So number 2, wall talk, because it wouldn't be a State of the Union or any Trump thing without a little bit of wall talk, baby.
Yeah.
A little bit of...
What are you going to be, a wallflower all your
brick
life?
house, baby. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah. So some wall talk. But nothing...
Wall talk on who do you think you are?
Yeah. Which has just kind of been... I think it's kind of funny. I think he's not really taking it a defeat, but they're not really... He's just like, we need to increase our security on the south border. And it's like, I think it's just kind of...
In limbo kind of still?
And I think it's just going to stay that way because I think everybody's just kind of like, oh, it's kind of ridiculous and we're kind of sick of hearing about it. And, you know, it's like this, it's this really romance in the stone kind of thing.
See a civil war maybe?
Maybe. No, I don't see that happening.
Huh?
Do you?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe next week if our buddy's on, he could give us his input about that because he's very adamant on the...
Do we have a buddy coming next week? Isn't that 2 weeks?
Wait, is it 2 weeks?
I think so.
You might be right.
But we could...
Our next guest.
Our next guest. That's right. We got guests on this bitch, okay? Don't forget.
Okay,
yeah, come on, we got people.
okay.
We got friends. We got business opportuners.
That's an opportunity
we got
to become
governors that are waiting to come on here. We got a lot of people.
A lot of people.
We just been timing it, you know.
Yeah, you know, try to ease you in.
So stop building a wall around us, all right? Number 2. Number 3.
Number 3. What's number 3? Give me number 3, Johnny.
We're going to end AIDS by 2030, baby.
Who said that?
We said, together we will defeat AIDS in America and beyond, which sounds a little bit like Buzz Lightyear, if you say it.
Are we taking that shit to space?
That's true. We should get rid of AIDS in space. You laugh about that, which I think is kind of messed up.
I bet there's astronauts out there.
I think we should probably clear out AIDS
got
in
some
space.
AIDS.
Yeah.
That was
Space AIDS.
Space AIDS. Oh, maybe it like mutates.
Maybe, yeah.
And then it comes back down to Earth even
Maybe that's
stronger.
where AIDS came from. We don't really know.
Oh, it came from a lab.
We don't.
And like
Oh,
Did you just get a Charlie horse?
is that what that is? Ah!
A cramp? Yeah,
Yeah,
stretch it out, bro.
That's so painful.
Stretch it. You want me to rub it out?
Oh, I think I'm okay now.
That's what you gotta do.
that
Just rub it out.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, it hurts like a bitch.
Oh, that was not pleasant.
No, it's
that really
not.
surprised me.
That's lack of calcium, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, sorry about that.
Drink some milk or eat some cheese.
I got
bro.
some milk in my coffee. I don't do a lot of cheese. Ah, it's back. Ah, give me the cheese. Oh.
This is hilarious.
Oh.
First time on Who Do You Think You Are? We gotta.
Oh, that's bad. I gotta sit back here a second.
Well, you did do your run, right?
Yeah, I did.
This morning.
But I was out. I was out for physical therapy for 5 days with my tattoo. I couldn't do anything.
Oh, that's right.
Can't get sweat up inside that second skin.
Mm.
All right, let's see if I can come back.
Just leave it like that. Just keep it out.
That's
it needs
nice.
it.
All right. What were we talking about?
You were just getting
AIDS.
AIDS in space.
Was that some weird cosmic thing?
Stay tuned.
Do I have AIDS?
No.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing to address.
Yeah, but
we're already on the way.
Are they making it public now? Because I mean, rich people
I feel
would.
like I'm in a really weird position talking. Sorry.
No, I mean like people with wealth
Yeah.
afford, Magic Johnson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
There's medicine. I mean, in Africa, I think there's even medicine that you can survive with AIDS or HIV. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure even if it's developed into that, but it's like $60 a month, and they can survive for the rest of their life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's pretty much already on the way. But he might. I think that's kind of funny. Sometimes it's like when something's on the way, it's already happening, kind of naturally through science or health or through just how we're evolving. Then they kind of take credit for it, like by 2030, because now that he said it, now he can like be like, see, I made it happen. You know what I mean? Kind of take credit for it a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, if
That's
Donald Trump saves AIDS, I mean, I'd watch. I mean, that's a story idea. Donald Trump saves AIDS from space.
Yep. Fake alien invasion. Fake AIDS invasion.
There's a conspiracy about that.
I know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
How's that?
I listened to some.
Oh, did you? Do you
Yeah.
know what do you know about it? I just know of it. That like they're kind of been training us or programming us of like some kind of alien thing slowly, and then they'd fake that to like kind of, whether it's mass murder or what would happen. What
would happen?
Well, I mean, what was that? What's that weird like bomb I talked about, like that sonar thing where it's like a laser that can just like blow up things and like be undetected? Like there's a lot of things like that the government's capable of.
DEW.
Yes.
Direct energy.
Yeah, thank you. That's what it was. Yeah, so like there's stuff like that where they could like claim that's. I mean, they can basically make spaceships. They can make whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And there's
Or do you
been
think
enough
it's going to be a
sci-fi movies.
hologram?
Like, that could be it too.
Motherfucker. You know why? Because the Earth is flat. Boom!
I don't think it is.
I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know much of it. I just
Yeah.
heard some tinfoil hat.
Oh, did they talk about? Oh, was that
With Eddie Bravo? Yeah.
He went into flat Earth a lot.
Yeah, he did.
He went real deep into flat Earth.
Yeah.
Was there anything that I hold away?
Why do we see the same stars?
Maybe.
And he thinks like other planets are just light sources.
Right. It's all possible. I mean, like I said,
There's like a fragmented.
Yeah. I would think that if the Earth was flat, like that, this is more of like a simulation or paradox of a different universe or something like that.
Or maze.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's where my brain goes.
Yeah.
Like, so it's I don't think it's flat, but if it is, I'd be like, well, okay, then what's the reason for it? And I would think it's probably because this is some kind of weird experiment or just some kind of strange Russian doll experience of who fucking knows why.
Yeah.
Maybe the universe is trying to like learn things or teach things or I don't know. Maybe there is Mother Nature and Daddy Nature.
Ooh.
Daddy Nature never gets any
credit for it.
which is fucked up because without Mother Nature, there's
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy.
There's no daddy. I'm not saying that that's not, I'm just saying the daddy's there.
It's a little sexist.
It's very sexist.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying that. Hashtag daddy nature.
Hashtag daddy nature.
Daddy do care. Daddy take care of you. What else we got?
We got...
Daddy don't touch that.
Daddy don't.
Daddy don't. Daddy cold. Daddy hot. You can use any of these.
Dude, I've been also binging the Versace.
Oh yeah, I started watching that, and
it's really good.
I really liked it. Yeah,
going into Andrew's life a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the guy who killed Versace.
Yeah, he had quite a story.
Yeah,
he kind of inspired me to do more with my life, so I could get an American crime story show.
Yeah,
yeah. Because hashtag where morals got you.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I need to fucking spice up my life, baby.
Yeah. Who do you assassinate?
Who do I assassinate? It's a good question. If I could assassinate anybody, probably my second grade teacher.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You hated her.
I hated her, dude. She was miserable, dude.
Touch you?
She didn't touch me. I was the only kid she didn't touch. What's the big idea? I'm cute. I'm a little Italian boy. Come on. I'm a big man. We're in or out.
Give me 5 minutes.
No, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't assassinate anybody.
I probably wouldn't assassinate anybody.
But if I would.
Okay, OJ.
Whoa. He didn't do it, dude. He got away with it.
But did you read his book?
No. Did you?
No. I just know by the title of it.
What was it?
Isn't it like, I didn't do it, but if I did, this is how... or some shit like that.
That's my memoir too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was their first before that. I'm not gonna say it right, so I'm not gonna say it.
I think it was a producer. The same producer that did The People versus OJ is the same one.
Oh, just the producer? I thought it was like the whole team. It's like they're kind of doing I thought it was the American Horror Story guy, and they're just like kind of doing that.
Oh, you're probably
like
right.
a different like assassination kind of thing every single year.
You're probably right because it's a lot of the same actors.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Well, Russian Doll has a lot of same actors as Orange is the New Black too. What? So maybe that is some kind of weird wormhole of thought. Well, I'm starting to develop one. Okay. I didn't sleep last night. Did you look in my room? I have all these Polaroids and stuff of all the characters, where they're from, where they're gonna be at this certain date, all their Twitter feeds. I have them notify my phone.
Oh, okay.
So that way I can.
You're going deep.
Well, I think they could be holograms.
Oh, interesting.
Or like, there's another movie I watched, like Cam, a couple weeks ago, and it was about like a cam girl who was making money from that, but then somebody stole her identity. And then started being a cam girl just with like her body and her mannerisms and everything. Like a computer like stole all that information, which was kind of trippy because I was like, that at some point, not like okay, through things we watch, we could be lied to. Like, I mean, news or sex or like they could make robots or make it look real enough that we believe it's real.
Right.
Like flawlessly now, and like 20 years it's gonna be even crazier. But then with real people too.
Well, then, I mean, that's where VR's taken us kind of in a way.
Yeah. It's trippy, dude.
Yeah, it's scary. But it's interesting. It's
happening. Whatever. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What's the big idea?
Are you gonna get all scared of and shit? Come on.
No, I guess all you can do is
light up a cigarette and get on with your day. You know what I mean? Bada bing, bada boom.
It's a great way.
But yeah, that's exactly what it is. What are you gonna be afraid of it, or kind of be like, wow, this is a fucking crazy world? Yeah. That's what we do. That's what we do here. Mm-hmm. Who do you think we are? We analyze shit not very well, and we say, wow.
Wow. Well, this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah. But I think everybody's going through those motions, man. Everybody, like, because it all comes down to, like, how does it truly affect your personal life? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
The straws.
Hearing all these. Yeah. And that could give you, the route of, do I continue living like this or putting my part in while others don't and I don't see any change? Or do I just stop?
You know,
at one point.
And you know what the thing is about that too, and I thought about this. It's like it's the thought of settling, because settling you can find that comfort finally, but are you doing yourself any good? Because I think at the same time, where like when I get in these thoughts, like what's the use or whatever, like because I want such a thing to be like, all right, the next day everything's changed, everything's better, and life is never going to be like that.
Yeah,
it's going to constantly be work. Or constantly be changing, constantly like adapting to a new way. So it's like, have I been drinking a lot the past week? Yeah, more than I want to be drinking, because like things don't just like get solved overnight. Like, but sure. Are things exponentially better than they were 6 months ago? Do I feel like I'm in a better place? Am I pushing myself more?
Right.
Yes, I do feel like I'm doing that. So if you stay on that path, I feel like that's a positive thing, rather than just being like, "Oh, is any of this any good?" It's like,
yeah.
Well, that's the short look of things. Yeah, probably not. But in the grand scheme of things, it does slowly start kind of like shifting the right way. At least I feel like that. I don't know.
That's a good way to look at it. That's definitely taking an outside point of view, not just yourself and your life.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Was there anything else Trump said?
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. China.
We're back with China. What China do?
So the trade, we've like deficit. Yeah, with China. Got it. Thank you. Thumbs up. I was trying to find the word. So they're trying to solve that. Trying to figure it out, because like all the taxes is like double
trade tariffs and all that shit.
All that mumbo jumbo with China. So they're working to solve it. I guess there's like $200 billion worth of like money due by March or something. Like they pretty much own us at this point.
I mean, haven't they always?
Like we're basically a non-sexed slave in the Catholic Church, metaphorically speaking, but also analytically speaking, and also simultaneously.
Simultaneous. I like it.
Yeah. So that was another thing. That was another point.
Yeah. So we're supposed to come up with that money?
Well,
the United States?
That's a good,
or that's what is owed?
I'm pretty sure if we don't pay it, they take all of our iPhones.
That?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be that detrimental.
All cell phones. What if they did? Like, people are scared about...
We'd be in a better place.
Well, we would. That's why it would never happen, because they love dumbing us down. But, everyone's scared about taking their guns. Like, what if they stole our phones? Like, what... Losing the power grid, for 6 months, what do you think would happen to society?
Entire... no
light,
no...
Oh, yeah, true. Okay. Not power... Like, computers. Let's say computers break. So,
internet.
You go to the grocery store... You can write checks, like they have they write inventory and all those kind of things.
We'd be living like we used to live.
Do you think we'd be happier?
Simpler.
But it'd be weird, because after you live it and experience it, you're like, you'd miss that, or be like, oh, that was crazy, or that was nice. If I could just have it back now, I would still go back to this simpler way of living, but I could be on my phone, talk to my family from across Michigan. Because she just had 3 kids.
Is that Michigan accent?
That's not Michigan accent. I don't know what it is. I just Pineapple Expressed right into it.
There you go. I don't know. You'd miss it, but I don't know. I think I'd be fine with it. That's like, I've always wanted to go live out in the woods too.
Right.
Maybe live
after you murder a couple of people. I think you said
Ted Bundy style, but
yeah. You do have that serial killer look to you.
Do I?
You got that serial killer bad boy.
Oh wow.
You should start branding yourself that way.
Serial killer.
Hashtag serial killer.
We have so many hashtags coming.
No, well, it's all about building the brand.
That's true. Yeah.
They say marketing. Hashtag this, hashtag that. Yep. Stay woke. Get alive.
Get
Red
alive?
for Ed.
Get alive?
Get alive? Did I say that?
Or did you say get alive?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. But get a life, I like. Hashtag get a life.
Hashtag get a life. Because what's the big idea?
What's the big idea over here? Come on, get a life. Throwing out your straws and shit. I love people that do get mad at that. What are you going to start? Send me to jail because of straw? It's like, well, no. But like, why even?
It's like,
who cares?
Yeah.
Isn't it? If it is better, isn't it better?
Yeah, I just think a lot of people have trouble going with somebody else's ideas sometimes.
That's true. It's hard to, and I'm this way as a podcaster, as a musician, and actually when I was getting a tattoo, I was talking to him about this as well, of being like, do you like find yourself just like jealous or like kind of like, oh, you feel like you did something good, and you like see somebody else and you're like, oh fuck, I'm shitty, or like, and he's like, all the time, dude. It's like, he's like, I'll just fucking finish this badass piece. And then you also go on Instagram and I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, I got so fucking far to go, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's cool hearing like a musician or somebody talk about that too, that you always struggle with that. And it's like, yeah, it's hard to, it's like this comparison. I love like the comparison is a thief of joy, because it's so true. Like it doesn't matter what somebody else is doing or what they're succeeding in. Cause it's like everybody has their own path and it's always going to be different, you know?
Right.
Cause that's not why you do anything, but it does just like sometimes just like, oh fuck, like, you know, why doesn't everything happen to me? Why does this, like,
right.
I don't know, like, why is their idea?
You can get stuck on that for sure.
Yeah,
it's not healthy. It's just it's everybody's success is different too, you know. You don't know if, obviously everybody wants to get to that highest level of any, you know, tattoo artist, writing, musician, whatever. It's just your path defines kind of who you are and what makes you you. You could be better than a lot of those people out there, but, you know, I guess until you get recognized or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm really trying to say here.
I don't either.
That Pineapple Express.
It's good.
It is good.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
That'd be interesting, though.
Yeah. Anywho's, measles outbreak.
Oh, fuck. Measles. You're going to just throw that one in there. Yeah. Okay.
Did you know in 2017, 109,000 people died from it worldwide? I didn't know there was like that still such a...
109,000?
Yeah.
And when?
2017.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought it was like an old school kind of, you know, old school flu, bro. Like, you know, not, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that every once in a while. But like, I didn't know people were still dying. Like, I guess it's a lot of people are saying it's because of vaccinations. I don't know. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about vaccinations?
About vaccinations?
I'm skeptical. But I do realize there's some that's like, yeah, do these because it's like an old thing that wiped out civilizations. Like and we cured that. So like that's a thing that science has done. So do it.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm vaccinated.
From flus? Like do you get the flu shot every year?
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, I don't either. Okay.
No. I got like at birth. And then like I think I got a tetanus a while ago.
Yeah, right. Things like that, because if you get, you know, nail or rusty thing, it's like one of those things you're going to die from, like an old school disease like that we cured.
Infection.
Yeah. Hashtag fight gangrene.
Science works.
Sometimes. But yeah, the flu thing, like I guess so on the smaller level, like the flu, for example, I haven't got the flu shot in like years and years.
Yeah.
And I get sick way less than I ever got before and also when I'm sick, which I'm not sick anymore because I've kind of taken alternate medicine routes rather than Dayquil, NyQuil. So I feel like you're just feeding your immune system, you're making it weaker. Yeah. And so when you just fall into these things, it's like, it's not better for you. You know what I mean? Like
right.
And I think it's weird. Like some corporations, like I've heard that like they'll come around and go like cubicle to cubicle, like making people get the flu shot. Like you have to get it.
Oh shit.
Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not like in the hospital and stuff like that. I think that kind of maybe makes sense because you're maybe working around it more often. But if I'm going to like that weird conspiracy, like is there something like I don't know what's fucking in there?
Yeah.
I don't know at all.
For sure.
I know will get sick more because I'm, you know, inviting a virus inside my body.
That's what I was gonna say. But I think if you're taking care of your body in alternate routes or different forms of medicine, and your body will tell you when it's feeling healthy and not.
Yeah, you know? Exactly.
Obviously, that's like when you get sick, but you try to prevent that. You take the right vitamins. You take
sleep.
You sleep. You eat well. You know.
Don't go to 2 gangbangs in a row.
No.
Don't go to the same orgy and same orgy, because then you start getting, your body starts getting too comfortable with all these different moving organisms.
That makes perfect sense.
So you got to introduce it to different organisms, different orgies.
Organisms.
Organisms.
Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think vaccines work to a certain extent.
Yeah. Like science.
Yeah.
Like medicine. Like there's great things about medicine and drugs that were, but the abuse of them are like just how normalized they are. That's the problem. You're at home listening. We cracked it.
That's the big idea.
We got to the punchline. Hook, line, and sinker, baby.
Let's end it. Yeah, just like science, just like drugs, just like pharma.
Yeah. Or a fake alien invasion. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But stay true to yourself. Stay true to your mental health. Stay true to your family. To your friends. The good Lord, Jesus Christ. H. Christ.
H. Christ. God bless you, people. Thank you. Keep listening, and if you made it this far, we salute you.
That's me saluting.
Oh, that was nice.